Come on, man. Don't do that. Oh, seriously? Now, I'm trying to put my phone the way that my brother always getting on me about. Now listen, I don't understand. I'm trying to rotate my phone to the way that it can go straight across so y'all can see straight across and it's not that vertical nonsense. But when I do it this way, it says rotate device. And like it's locked or something. I don't know, man. I don't get it. I don't know if it's a live thing. I'm guessing it's a live thing. So I'm guessing when you go live, you can't rotate your phone a certain way. I have no idea. But the only reason why I'm saying this, because I got my brother out there, student of mine. He gets on me all the time. Either way is good for me. He gets on me all the time. He's like, your shit is vertical. He gets on me all the time. And right now, as I rotate it, I don't know if y'all can still see me. I have no idea. But I don't know, man. So listen. I did. I listen to y'all, all right? When y'all tell me something, I make sure I listen. So I don't understand what this is about. I'm guessing that it's because I'm live. That when you're live, you got to do it a certain way. Because when I just make a regular recording, I could turn it to the side and it's not a problem. So I'm guessing it's a live thing. I have no idea. But let's get right into this, man. Because I'm not gonna front. I'm on my human shit right now. And we really don't understand. We really don't understand that there is an extreme agenda going on right now to completely obliterate and destroy all forms and levels of heterosexual masculinity. Don't get it twisted. As a dyke, you're allowed to be masculine. As a female, you're allowed to be masculine. But as a heterosexual black man, you cannot be masculine in any way, shape, or form. This is the new agenda that is about completely destroying and eradicating and obliterating on every single level black heterosexual masculinity. And really, to be honest with you, all masculinity. Not just black, but all masculinity. Because understand the masculine energy in nature is change. That's just what it is. Y'all could feel any way about it. Y'all could get mad. Y'all could get offended. Whatever. But the fact of the matter is, it's the masculine energy that creates change. It's the masculine energy that is the builder, destroyer of civilizations. That's just what it is. The feminine energy is the sustainer. The feminine energy is the nurturer. The feminine energy gives life. It keeps things alive. So this is why they have no problem putting all of our women in powerful positions, because they keep the system alive. Now, hold on, y'all, because I want to be able to put this thing straight to where it's not, you know. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that's messed up, man. That's messed up, man. So you can't go live without having your phone straight up like that. I don't know what that's about. But, hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second, because I want to be able to do what I want to do right now. All right, maybe that's cool. That's cool right there. Fuck it. That's cool. All right, let's get into it. I felt extremely obligated to do this tonight because as a masculine, heterosexual, black man, I am seeing that there is an agenda going on right now to completely obliterate, eradicate, and destroy on every level, physical, mental, okay, spiritual, and energetic wise, the masculine nature in itself and heterosexuality in itself. Now notice when I say heterosexuality, see, the feminine doesn't necessarily really, I'm not going to say you don't care, but let's be honest, y'all are duality by nature anyway. So you can live in duality in each society. You can be a woman and be amongst homosexuals and be fine with that. You can be a woman and be amongst straight people and be fine with that. Men can't live like that. So when you destroy the masculine,
You might not feel it the way we feel it because you are duality. You see what I'm saying? You are the sex that produces both sexes. So you can be around your daughters or your sons and understand everybody is your child. But as man, I have one direction of function and one direction of design. So therefore, surrounding me around fucking homosexuals is not going to work for me. I'll fuck around and kill myself or kill everybody else. And that's the build and destroy complex that they want to make sure that they destroy completely. So tonight, we're going to get into the definitions. We're going to get into the origins of this rape shit. Because every time you turn around, somebody is raping some fucking body. See, this is the other shit I don't like about this YouTube shit. Because as y'all bringing all of this up, it's just blocking my whole face. But whatever. Every time you fucking turn around, another man is raping some fucking body. Now, before I even start with the Merriam Webster definitions, before I even go into Greece, before I even go into Egypt, before I even go into all these places and show you with notes and with sources, as I always do, let's just start with what comes before everything, the mind. Because it's an absolute fact that symbolism and repetition programs the subconscious mind. And it's an absolute fact that the science of suggestion and projection can create your reality and create the actions that you choose within your daily basis, and the things that which you fear can become what you attract. So if every single day I turn on the TV, every single day I watch the news, every single day I walk past a newspaper, another man rapes somebody. Rape, all over the place. Now here's the first question. What comes to mind when you think of the word rape? Take your time. What do you symbolize in your mind? What is the image that you see when I say someone got raped? What's the image you see? Do you see two fine women jumping on me and taking my manhood? Do you see a woman throwing me into an alley and ripping my clothes off and making me aroused so I can penetrate her? What do you see when you hear the word rape? You see a goddamn man abusing and taking advantage of either a woman or a child or a feminine man. But it's always a man taking advantage of someone else. Because the concept of the word rape is based in force. It's based in physical prowess. It's based in physical power. And this is one of the things that goes into with this nonsense, with this equality bullshit. Because as they're pushing this rape culture, you got to understand, rape culture is not based in equality. Because as a man, I can never go to someone and say I was raped by another woman and they take it just as serious as a woman saying she was raped by a man. As a matter of fact, he might laugh at me and tell me, you was a lucky motherfucker. You better keep shit, nigga. You better start celebrating. Are you serious? As a boy, I could have a teacher that sucks my dick and that forces me to put my penis inside of her. And I go run and tell somebody and they tell me I'm stupid because I should be happy. I should be lucky to have a teacher like that. But as a woman, you have a teacher who forces himself upon you and he's a monster and you're the victim for life and you're scarred for life. So guess what? We nowhere near motherfucking equal. Nowhere near motherfucking equal. Now, I don't want to go off on any of this shit. I want to give y'all facts. I want to give y'all sources like I always fucking do. But as a real goddamn man who sees what the fuck is going on, as a man who utilizes intelligence and observation and combination to see what the agenda and what the structure is, I can't sit here and just, I wasn't going to do this video, but I had to because like, god damn. And then our women is just jumping right on it as usual. Water is water. Water is going to flow the way the current directs it. All right. And y'all can leave all y'all want. I don't give a shit. But I'm going to speak real like I always goddamn speak. And I speak motherfucking facts. I dare anybody to challenge my shit. Anyway, water flows in a current. The current is dictated and created based on the physical environment that water is in. I can put water in any form of container and it will take the shape and it will absorb the contaminants of that container and therefore become what that container makes it. Who has placed you in what container today? Who has constructed and who has specifically put together your environment to dictate what you are today as water? Let's go into the definitions. Now, this is the definition of rape by Merriam-Webster's dictionary, all right? Sexual intercourse carried out forcibly, or under the threat of injury against a person's will or with a person who is beneath a certain age or incapable of valid consent because of mental illness or unconscious. What is rape? Because if you notice, they're changing the definition of rape so they can classify men under the case of rape. Because remember, the worst thing that you can do as a human being on the planet is pedophilia and rape. Murder can be justified, but you can't justify rape. So when I label any man on the earth as a rapist, they're that for life. There's no coming back. This is a strategy. So notice, sexual intercourse carried out forcibly. The first thing that gives the definition of rape is force. My ability and my anatomical aspect of where and how I am created as a man gives me the ability to force myself upon you that is beyond your anatomical ability. So therefore, now I'm a rapist. That's right. I agree with that. 1000%. Hell yeah, I agree with that. You a fucking rapist, nigga. All right? Here's the second part of this definition of what rape is. Beneath a certain age or incapable of valid consent because of mental illness or unconscious. If your ass is a goddamn orderly in a hospital and you raping motherfuckers in a goddamn bed that's unconscious or in a coma, whatever the fuck, you a fucking rapist. Yes, y'all. If you raping a retarded person who can't even speak, a person who's deaf or anything, you're a fucking rapist. Yes, you are. All of that, I agree with 1,000,000,000%. Let's go to the definition of sexual assault by Merriam-Webster dictionary, all right? Sexual assault involves force. Here we go with this force shit again. We're talking about the physical. Involves force upon a person without consent or is inflicted upon a person who is incapable of giving consent as cause of age, physical, or mental incapacity. Now, we're saying the same shit again. But the difference in this one is my force doesn't have to be intercourse. See, rape by definition involves intercourse. Once I have not achieved intercourse, now it's called sexual assault. And see, if you notice in the media, they're jumbling this together. And now sexual assault and rape are one and the same thing. All right? Now, notice. I want y'all to pay attention. All right? What is sexual assault? Sexual assault involves force upon a person without consent. Hey fellas, how many times have you been at a parade or a party and a woman just bends over in front of you and starts grinding her genitals onto your crotch to damn near your zipper, split your penis in half? Is that not sexual assault? Did you ask her to grind on you? But wait a second. I'm sorry, fellas. You're supposed to be happy about that, right? Because you're a man, right? Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I'm supposed to be happy about that because I'm a man and, you know, she's grinding on me and this is my good luck. I'm lucky today. My point is, this is a strategy. And we're not seeing and we're falling for this bullshit so quick because I could go into 1,000,000 situations in my past, in any of y'all brothers' past. Think about parties y'all been to. Think about being younger. Think about playing Truth or Dare. You know, think about all the things you did as a kid. And when they start to dictate and change the definitions of what rape is, don't you fall under that as a goddamn man? Don't you fall under that too? Here's my favorite one. I invite you to my house, alone, by the way, for some Hennessy, some weed, and some Netflix and chill. You know you're going to come over here to get drunk. You know you're going to come over here to get high. Now, I say Netflix and chill because that's my introduction to getting you here and wanting to do what I do. Are you stupid? Do you not think I want to fuck you? Of course you know I want to fuck you. And you would not put yourself in my presence without already having an attraction to me to want to be alone with me. Ladies, let's be honest. You will never put yourself alone with a person or with any man that you do not want to be alone with. Am I fucking lying? Am I lying? You see a man who's unattractive. He's scary to you. He's ugly to you. Are you going to go to his hotel room by yourself and make sure that he's alone? Are you going to do that? No, you're not going to fucking do that. If he offers to invite you to a place where you know nobody's going to be and it's only going to be you and him, are you going to go? No, because he's an ugly motherfucker and he's a fucking creepy motherfucker. But if you're attracted to his ass and he talks a good game, you might show up. As a matter of fact, guess what you did before you got there? You shaved. You put on all type of smell goods in that area. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. You even might have matching panties and bra. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. No, you didn't say you was going to have sex with him. You didn't say that. By all means, I understand that. You didn't imply that you want to have sex with him. I get it. I understand. You didn't imply that. But please, cut the motherfucking bullshit. You didn't end up alone in this man's apartment by your choice because you thought nothing would ever happen. You actually prepared for something to happen. You know what you were hoping didn't happen? He didn't do nothing stupid to make you change your mind. That's the difference. That's the difference. This is why I teach men, you don't bag a woman. You don't bag a woman. A woman looks at you and already knows whether she wants to fuck you or not. All she's waiting for you is to say some stupid shit for her not to give you the pussy. That's all it's about. Can we be fucking honest? Can we be honest? The reason I'm doing this video tonight is because I see these celebrity men and all of this. I'm standing out here for women's blah, blah, blah. And I'm standing out here. Nigga. This is our nature. Our nature as men is initiators. Our nature as men is activators. Our nature as men are pursuers. How fucking dare you? God damn it. This is what the fuck makes us men. Is the fact that we have the ability to activate and initiate a situation, creating change. I'm supposed to change your motherfucking mind. That's my job as a man, is to change your mind. My job as a man is to change your mind and then change your environment after that. Now, ladies, don't get me wrong. You got these niggas that fool the fuck out of you. They give you the good talk. They change your mind. And then after you give up your body, they treat you like shit. Is that right? No, it's not right. Is it rape? Fuck no, it's not rape. God damn it. Stop letting these goddamn recessive rhesus monkey motherfuckers try to dictate and rearrange the definition of what rape is to you. So now in your mind, you have recategorized what rape is. So now you know what rape is to you? The nigga you fucked who had terrible dick. His dick was too small. It was rape. He didn't last more than a minute. It was rape. The fuck out of here, man. This shit is infuriating. And as a real goddamn man, I'm gonna speak on this shit. I don't give a fuck. You know why? Because as a real man, I will die for my manhood. I done lost my goddamn, well, not lost. I broke my, what you call it? My hold or whatever the hell you want to call the damn thing. Hold on, y'all. Damn shit dropping and shit. I'm using all that. The point of the matter is, my very nature since the beginning of time, when you created me, black woman, when you created, you know why you created me, black woman? Because I am force. Because I lack the emotional side. So therefore I make decisions quickly. I'm not indecisive like you.
Sorry. Maybe you want to deny that. I'm not here to talk about your goddamn feelings, goddamn it. I'm here to bring real shit tonight. Fuck your feelings. I'm sick of this shit, man. I'm in my human shit right now. I'm sick of this shit. You created me to be a force to reckon with. You created me to be a weapon as a blunt tool that you could swing at will and bash a nigga's head in. That's what you created me for. You didn't create me to be soft and passive and, do you have a boyfriend? Fuck out of here. I was just telling a young brother the other day, why are you asking a woman if she has a boyfriend? Because a woman will tell you straight up she's involved with somebody that she loves. And let's be honest, ladies, if you talking to a man who you don't necessarily respect, you know in your mind, he's not your man. So when you bump into a man that you are attracted to and you like what he's saying and he's making sense and he's just exuding masculinity, guess what? You ain't got no man no more, do you? See, only lame niggas don't understand the science. I will never ask a woman if she got a man. I will wait for her to tell me she has a man. Once she tells me she has a man, I will respect that and step the fuck off. And give her respect. I won't go, oh, fuck you, bitch. Nah, that's bitch nigga shit. Well, you know, he's a lucky brother. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could meet a woman like you. You have a nice day, queen. Simple. Study your grandfathers. Study the old pimp movies, god damn it. It's all in there. The science is in there. I don't go up to you trying to provoke you to tell me you have somebody. You know why? Because as a woman, you're going to be like, oh, shit. Nigga just asked me if I got a man. Technically, I am talking to a nigga, so let me tell him yes. But if I don't ask you, and you like how I look, you like how I project myself, you like what I'm about, guess what? You just talking to somebody. You don't got a man no more, do you? And guess what? Now I'm fucking. Am I raping you, though? Because I didn't force you to do anything. My job as a man is to make myself worthy of your choice as a woman. How dare you call what I'm doing by my nature rape or sexual assault? I'm sorry. I want to give y'all the facts. So let me just keep focusing, all right? Now, the topic of this video is the origin, all right? The origin of rape culture, okay? So, as I teach source knowledge, remember, everything you come across with in existence, I don't give a fuck what it is, math, architecture, agriculture, whatever, I don't care, socialism, doesn't matter. If you're not going to the source, you're not attempting to seek the true knowledge of what you're involving yourself with. So let's go to the source. We already know that Egypt is older than Greece. So I'm going to bring out Egypt first. All right. Now, this is from a site called ancient.eu.com. Okay. Speaking of ancient civilizations. No Egyptian law code has of yet been found which corresponds to Mesopotamian documents like Code of Namu or Hammurabi. Some of y'all have heard of the Hammurabi Code, okay? But it is clear that one must have existed because precedent in deciding legal cases was set by the time of early dynastic period as evidenced by their established use in the early years of the Old Kingdom. Okay, now, what are we saying? We're saying that white people cannot find an old law system of code of the early dynastic Egyptians that is specific and dictates all these laws we see today. Now, obviously, they're ignoring the 42 principles of Ma'at. They don't look at that as a code or they don't look at that as a law. And that's fine. And as you know, white people love to focus on Mesopotamia. They love to focus on all of that shit as if that's where everything came from. And that's cool, too. My point of the matter is, remember, never forget, the older the civilization and the more advanced the civilization, the less fucking laws you need, goddammit. See, they tried to eliminate Nubia as being the mother of Egypt because Nubia has less written record than Egypt, forgetting that Nubia is so goddamn old that you were in existence at a time where you didn't need to write shit because you was motherfucking telepathic, goddammit. You was divine. You was at a higher state of existence to where you transferred images and symbols through your mind to another mind. So what the fuck you writing anything for anyway? Why do you think the first levels of writing were symbols? And they got the nerve to tell you that symbol or symbology of writing is lower than writing letters. Meanwhile, I gotta write 8 letters to write my motherfucking one name. But meanwhile, I could draw the feather on my eye and I could show you all different levels of justice, reciprocity, and everything in that one goddamn symbolism. But let's continue. In general, ancient Egyptians seem to have been law-abiding citizens throughout most of culture's history. But still, there were arguments concerning land, water rights, disputes over ownership of livestock, and rights in certain hereditary jobs. So, basically what they're saying here is, when they dig through the archives of Egypt and they're trying to look for problems, crimes, they don't find a lot. So they have to assume that Egypt had a lot of law-abiding citizens. Then what they do find is only disputes over land ownership, livestock, and hereditary positions. That's basically what they're saying. Divorce, infidelity. Women could sue. Women could sue for divorce as easily as men could also. Bringing suits upon land sales, business arrangements, cases upon infidelity were filed by both sexes. I want y'all to pay attention to this because when I get to Greece, I'm going to show y'all how exact opposite this is. We're talking about ancient Egypt in a time where men and women can bring cases up based on how they felt about their relationship. So women were not denied going directly to the court with their own problem, with their own husband or their own spouse, and they will be heard out just as equally as a man. I want y'all to take note of this because I'm going to show y'all the Greek side, all right? Were filed by both sexes, and the punishment was severe upon the proof of guilt. So if you was proven guilty, your punishment was serious. Now, I'm going to get into that in a little bit. Y'all want to talk about rape culture? We was the furthest from rape culture. I don't give a fuck what you seeing today in South South Africa. Now, fuck all of that. Don't bring up shit from after your colonized ass. That shit do not fucking count. And as a matter of fact, let's bring up the fact that if you're dealing with anything in ancient times, whether it's Egypt and Nile Valley that goes before 1600 BC, where the Hyksos were one of the first invasions, I'm sorry, but it's dealt with in a way where they're infected. Because remember, we was invaded around 1675 BC. And we was invaded by the same people who I'm going to show you what their practice was in a little bit. In general, if the crime was serious, such as rape, murder, theft, on a large scale, or tomb robbing was part of this, the penalty was death or disfigurement. Men found guilty of rape were castrated and had their penis amputated. This is your ancestors. Your ancestors, when they found a nigga that was following Asiatic lifestyle, when they found a nigga that was following the motherfucking Hyksos, you know what they did to his ass? They either chopped off his balls, castration, or they chopped off his dick. That was his punishment. Or they just killed him. Either way, guess what each one of those lead to? The same fucking thing. No procreation. He can't procreate himself. As a rapist, he will never create anything else. Meanwhile, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not even gonna get personal, but meanwhile, we have women today that are products of rape and have given birth to children who
are children of rapists. So see, understand, we understood the power of bloodline. So if you were already a man that was prone and that was known to be of a sick origin, we wanted to eliminate you completely. All right? Let's keep going. Now, we must remember and never forget that Egypt was invaded so many times and was infiltrated so many times and was amalgamated so many times that it was in an extreme decline after a certain time. Let's talk about that. The problem of false witnesses. Now we're still on justice. We're still on the court system. So when I'm speaking, understand we're still talking about laws. We're talking about the court system right now, all right? The problem of false witnesses was not so prevalent in the early centuries of civilization of Egypt, but became more frequent with decline of Egyptian empire and loss of faith in the concepts which had regulated Egypt during the reign of Ramesses III. What are we saying? Ramesses III, okay? Now, if you do your homework, this pharaoh, this king, invaded many lands and colonized many people. Now, you got to understand, when you spread your empire out, one thing about Africans or indigenous people, when we spread ourselves out and when we colonize people, we combined cultures. We didn't obliterate people. We didn't commit genocide against people. We took something you believed. We took something we believed. We found the connection in it and we combined it together. I'm so sorry, y'all. I got this thing. I'm so sorry about that. This stupid thing keep falling, man. I should say it's good so mothers don't have to give birth to their babies made from the rape, but already saw the problem through castration. Yes, absolutely right. We did that. And don't get it twisted. We threw babies off of cliffs, girl. when the rarity happened of you giving birth to a deformed child, we threw the motherfucker off a cliff. All right? Because we understood that to keep that deformed child within the nation growing up deformed, we are mentally, spiritually, and physically infecting the entire village. Remember, we have a communal mindset. The European has an individual mindset. So they think, well, that person has that child. That's not my child. But guess what? If you give birth to a deformed child, that's my child too. I know I didn't give birth to it. I know I'm not the father. I know I'm not the mother, but that's my child too. So guess what? Now I have the mentality of a deformed child in my head. And when I have sex with my queen, I'm going to put the spirit within her of a deformed entity. So we just killed them. It sounds cruel. It sounds terrible. But we understood the different levels of the way things exist within both realities of the spiritual and the physical, because you can't have one without the other. Europeans can't see that. They can't see anything past physical. So they're locked in the physical and they can't see the other side. But that's polarity. You can't escape polarity. Don't talk about man and not talk about woman. Don't talk about left and not talk about right. Don't talk about up and not talk about down. Don't talk about black and not talk about white. Don't talk about spiritual and don't talk about physical. Hello? This was common knowledge to us, you see? So you're absolutely right, Queen. You know, we did this because we understood the ramifications of keeping something that was infected, defected, or mutated on any level within the realms of our communities, our kingdoms, and our empires, because it had the capability of infecting other people mentally, spiritually, or physically. We understood that. We understood that. You see? So we knew that we were doing a greater good by eliminating that one child so we didn't affect all children. Now, I was just going in about the fall. Remember, my divine black family, we are in the midst of a fall. Our current existence is a fall of a higher existence, all right? We are divine beings who were gods at one time and who fell to lower levels of existence, okay? So we got to understand that even our most advanced empires and our most advanced civilizations that we want to give so much love and credit to, they themselves were in the middle of a fall too. Never forget, Egypt is nothing but the baby and the grandchild of Great Nubia. Nubia is nothing but the baby and the grandchild of Atlantis. Atlantis is a whole nother dimension in itself. And I'm not going to go into that on this video. All right? Now, it says the concepts which had regulated Egypt during the reign of Ramesses III, 1186 to 1155 BC, belief in the primacy of Ma'at began to break down. What are we saying? Remember, the Hyksos invaded you 1675 BC. They ruled for about 150 years. So now that's going to about 1500 BC, around there. Then after that, you had small groups and excursions coming in back to back. So then you got to remember, by the time you reached 1100 BC, you were already mixed to a certain extent. Now, how was you mixed? You was mixed by the people that you accepted, because remember, we accepted a lot of foreigners in Egypt. Then number two, we also took prisoners of war, okay? And not only that, prisoners of war were allowed to elevate themselves to higher levels in society if they chose to. Do your research. Do your research. A slave who is a prisoner of war, which is the better word, who is a prisoner of war, can elevate himself to a higher level in Egyptian or indigenous society if he followed the laws of that society. He wasn't a slave for life. He was only a slave by what he chose to continue to practice that was opposite or against the society he was in. But if he chose to get in line with Mayat, whatever the way you like pronounce it, he was allowed to raise through the ranks, and he could even become a vizier or a nobleman to the pharaoh or the king. This is a fact. Same thing happened with the Moors hundreds and hundreds of centuries later. Excuse me, hundreds of years later. Same thing with the Moors. Okay? We always allow people to, if they made the attempt, to raise out of their condition. We never made you a slave for life. We never did that. You were never born into slavery. This is white people shit. Yes, we had prisoners of war. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. If you want to call them slaves, you can call them slaves. But if I'm fighting against you and you're fighting against me and I win the war and the same niggas that was trying to kill me, I capture them now. They're my prisoner of war. I don't kill them. I don't commit genocide against them. I bring them into my community and I allow them to work their way up or to stay a so-called slave or prisoner of war if they choose, all right? This is how we moved. We didn't slaughter people, man, all right? You can even watch movies like Troy. Go look at Troy one more time. Look at Troy with Brad Pitt playing Achilles, who was a black man. In the beginning of the movie, they have a scene where both armies are on the field. You know what the two kings say? Now, mind you, this is BC times. You know what the two kings say to each other? Let's do this the old way. What the fuck is the old way? Because if I'm already in ancient times and I go further back in time, am I getting whiter or am I getting blacker? I'm getting blacker. So if I'm a king already in 1000 BC, whatever the time may be, and I tell another king, let's do this the old-fashioned way. What am I saying? Let's do this the triple black way. Let's do this the double black way. My best fighter against your best fighter. And we saved lives like that. Because think about it. Instead of slaughtering your entire army, what I did was I picked my best fighters to fight your best fighters. And when my best fighters killed your best fighters, you submitted. Or you surrendered, better word, because surrender and submit are two different things. One is masculine, one is feminine. You surrendered to my prowess and my skill. And then guess what I did? I combined your kingdom with mine. And now guess what I got? An empire. Hello? White people don't see this. They slaughter people. They wipe people out by millions. Because they understand that nobody on this earth looks like them. So to keep millions and billions of people of color alive to reproduce, that's a no-no. You must slaughter their ass like they did to the Aborigines. You must slaughter their ass like they did to the Congolese. All right? All over the world they did it. You must slaughter their ass like they did to the goddamn West Indies, so-called West Indies, Arawakians, Tayanos, all of these. All over the world. All over the world. They did it in Southeast Asia. Okay? This is what they do. They're genocidal by their own nature. They can't help that shit. I'm getting off topic. Now, we already named that in Egypt, in ancient Egypt, when a man was found guilty of rape, he had three choices. Either his balls was cut off, castration, his dick was cut off, amputation, or he was just murdered. Either way, it leads to the same shit. He can't produce. And he can't rape nobody either. All right? Now, let's go to Greece. Now, here's where it goes in, where we don't understand. Before I even start, let's get this straight. Let's get this straight. In Greek and Roman society, homosexuality was a status symbol. It's not like what we think today. See, when you hear homosexuality or gayness, automatically you associate that with same sex, and to you, well, depending on who you are, I'm not going to get into that, but you find it an offensive aspect. But in Greek, Roman, and Germanic, I can give into the Heruli. Look it up. Heruli. Heruli. This is a group of Germans. I'm not even gonna go into their sickness, but I'm just connecting the dots for y'all because this is European shit. Hold on one second, y'all. All I'm doing is connecting dots for y'all. I want y'all to use intelligence and observation. Now, in Greek society, what made you gay, or the bad term or depiction, whether we want to call it homosexual or gay, because they didn't look at it as just having sex with the same sex. They didn't look at that as gay. What made you gay is if I was a man of status, if I was a nobleman, if I was a clergyman, if I was somebody of any form of status, if I had sex with another person who was of the same status, now I'm gay. Okay? If you're a bodybuilder and you have sex with another bodybuilder, you're gay. But if you're a bodybuilder and you have sex with a guy that's not a bodybuilder, you're not gay. Right? And this is another reason why sex with young men and sex with boys was the most popular aspect in Greece, because it was automatically looked at as so common. And so I could even go into the fact how they talk about, I wish I would have, it's just so much. I don't want to overload and I don't want to keep this into hours, but they talk about how pedestry, which is pedophilia, they talk about how pedestry was divine. Okay? So in Greek cultures, raping children was divine. And then later on, the Europeans who were under the oppression of the Visigoths, or should I better yet say the Romans, they depicted a divine aspect to rape of children, to where they put it on their coins. They made coins showing little children sucking off grown men. Okay? It was celebrated. This is why your Roman Catholic Church worships pedophilia. This is just facts. This is the results of levels of a culture and of a genetics that is consistent throughout time. That's all it is. It's not hate. It's not me, whatever the fuck. This is facts. Why do you think the Roman Catholic Church is one of the biggest symbols of pedophilia in the world? Because in Rome, pedophilia was celebrated to a divine aspect, to where it connected you to God. Hello? Your kings slept with children because they were dumb enough to think that sleeping with children gave them more youth. Your Visigoth, as a matter of fact, the reason why the Moors entered Europe in the first place was because Count Lee, look this up, Count, like Count Dracula, Count Lee, who was one of the so-called emperors or rulers of that time, on peace to all of y'all, peace, much love, who was one of the rulers of that time, the last emperors of the fall in the sacking of Rome. King Roderick, who was of the Visigoths, took his daughter. Okay? Now when King Roderick took his daughter, Count Lee wrote to Tariq Tariq Ibn, I forget his last name, but Tariq Ibn, who was a Moorish general. And he wrote to them. Now, he didn't write to him trying to tell him, hey, save my daughter. What he did was he provoked Tariq to say, listen, I know y'all expanding Islam. I know y'all about expanding y'all dynasty. Now, right now, we're talking about the Umayyads. The Umayyads is one of the earliest dynasties of the Moorish Empire. He wrote to this man and said, Europe and Spain right now is the easiest place to take over. You need to come and take this over. It's so easy. It's so easy. Why did he do that? Because at the time, Rome was being sacked by the Visigoths. Okay? It's being sacked by the Germans. And they were raping everybody. They were pillaging, raping. I don't even want to go into what they were doing because what they were doing was so sick. Like I said, look up Heruli. Heruli. Look up what they practice, okay? And not to get off subject, but all y'all motherfuckers tattooing y'all faces and all this shit. Y'all practice Heruli shit. Understand, the germ man is one of the filthiest motherfuckers on this planet. Okay? And understand they're also connected to the Khazarian, who is the modern day white Jew. They used to bathe in feces. Mud wrestling comes from their practicing of throwing their women in vats of feces. Because remember, they didn't have plumbing. Remember that. Plumbing came with the Moors. And then even with the Romans and the Greeks, they lost that after they lost connection to the indigenous people. So they kept going in and out of dark ages. So when they would go in and out of dark ages, they would lose the concept of the aqueduct or the concept of plumbing. And when they would lose that, they would just have like bundles of just feces and shit piling up that they would just do what? Oh, let's mud wrestle. Now they call it mud wrestling today, but that's not what it was at that time. They were throwing their women and their men in piles of shit and having their men wrestle and their women wrestle in piles of shit. And they call it mud wrestling today. Today. Why would you use mud? Why would you use mud? All the things you could use, why would you use mud? Because mud civilizes feces. Alright? I'm getting off topic. I don't want to get off topic. Let me continue. Alright? Let's go into the fact that homosexuality and pedophilia, even though they don't link it like that, because notice, when you read the Greek aspect and history of sexuality, they like saying young men. They keep saying young men. What the fuck do you mean? You mean children, nigga. Let's keep it fucking real. You mean kids. You keep saying young men so you can make it sound less fucked up. But you're talking about young children, all right? You're talking about young boys, okay? Expression of citizenship. By the way, let me remind y'all, this is from, because you know how I do, y'all. I always like to give y'all sources. Always like to give y'all information that y'all can go find yourself. This is part of an article that I took notes on called ancient.eu.com. So it's ancient.eu.com, and they go on all different aspects of ancient civilization. So this is the Greek side. Expression of citizenship as clear as possible so as to gain an identity. One occasion that marked in pretty brutal way this distinction was the symposium. What are they saying? They're saying that when they wanted to teach you the actions of a citizen of what you were supposed to be in Greece and Rome, or Greece at this time, we're talking about Greece, because remember, Greece is before Rome. Greece gave birth to Rome to a certain extent because Rome took the actions of the Greeks. And I can even go into the Etruscans and all that, but this is not that type of video, so I'm not going to do that. But now, the symposium, Symposion. The symposium was a ceremonial tradition dedicated exclusively to men. When they drank and played games and engaged in sexual contact with other men. With young men, the symposium fortified the idea of citizenship. What are we saying? I have to stop. What are we saying? We're saying that they had a party. They had a party that was in a place like a theater called a symposium, where when you were there, you engaged in homosexuality, and the way you engaged in it is what dictated your citizenship in that society in Athens, Greece. By the way, let me mention, Athens comes from Aten or Aten, okay? Never forget that Macedonia, Greece, Ionia, Crete, all these places, Minoan, all these places come from the leftover remnants of Egyptian and Kushite colonies. Understand that. So they take the names that was left over. Minoan civilization. Men is an Egyptian god. Minoan. Men is an Egyptian god. Okay? So all these civilizations that eventually became what we call Greece today came from the amalgamation and later on down the line of the mixture of North Europeans, Caucasus Mountain Europeans, or Nordics that came down, raped the indigenous people, and I'll show you in a little bit. I'm about to go into a whole, I as usual, as y'all already know, I ain't even scratched the surface, but I'm gonna show y'all in a little bit in another source I have. But remember, Greek is your fucked up child. I hate to say it because they were some faggot motherfuckers, but it's the truth. Greek is your fucked up child. Greek is the result of you laying with the Neanderthal. That's what Greek is, to put it simply. So every time I see these black girl pages where they're pro-black and all this dumb shit and they sucking on Neanderthal PP at the end of the day, that's how we created these civilizations that white people want to take credit for. Why do you think every time you see a Greek person, you see them with curly hair? They all got curly dark hair. It's hilarious how they depict Achilles and Troy as blonde hair when there's no blonde Greeks. Nobody could show me a blonde Greek. There's no blonde Greeks. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Because they don't want you to connect the fact that Greeks were an extreme mixed biracial stock. All right? Let's continue. So, the symposium is what dictated your citizenship in Greece. And how that happened was in a symposium, they would have games, drinking, and sex and orgies with young men. Depending on the position you took as a homosexual is what dictated your citizenship. So if you was the nigga bending over, you was a different type of citizen. If you was the nigga giving a dick, you was a different type of citizen. Y'all get what I'm saying? All right. Now, let's go into the relationships with the women. As for relationships, there were strict boundaries upon women. There was little difference between the wife and the prostitute. Okay? Understand in Greek culture, the wife and the prostitute were pretty much the same thing. There really wasn't no difference. The difference was you procreated with the wife and you just purely used the prostitute for just pure sex and you sold her and whatever. But you could do the same thing to your wife too. So the only thing that made the difference between your wife and the prostitute is your wife had your babies. But you could still sell your wife. You could rent her out to men. You could do all type of shit. But the prostitute was purely for sex. So there was very little different between the wife and the prostitute in ancient Greece, okay? Y'all gotta remember, the birth of lesbianism comes from the island of Lesbo that's off of Greece in the Mediterranean. Understand this. I already showed this on my page that's been deleted, but, you know, look it up. Lesbo Island. All you gotta do, type in Lesbo Island. It's a Greek island. And what they did was they shipped women off to this island who they found to be interruptive or distracting to their pursuits of young men in homosexuality. Because you got to remember, as women, they were being completely neglected by their own men. Men were chasing little boys. Men were chasing grown. Watch Alexander. Get the movie Alexander. They're not hiding this from you. They're not hiding this from you. They're putting it in your face. Get the movie Alexander. Even his own mother, who's played by whatever the fuck that bitch name. What's her name? What's the damn actor? Angeline Jolie. Even his own mother says, Alexander, we need an heir to the throne. The women are saying you want nothing to do with them. He says, well, mother, you know there's no more greater companion than a man. Come on. And you even see his boyfriend in the movie. Throughout the whole movie, he's with his man. He's with his boyfriend, the one that he really loves. Okay? They showing you this stuff. They're not hiding it from you, man. Whatever, man. Citizens also got involved. Oh, I'm sorry. Now we're talking about the women. We're talking about the fact that there was no difference between your wife and a prostitute in Greece. All right. Even in mythology, let's go. I'm reading right now. In mythological depictions, they were often victims of rape. We're talking about women. But then again, normal marriage was not quite the rule in this iconography. So the marriage that me and you know of as Africans, indigenous Amexums, indigenous Southeast Asians, wherever the fuck you think you from, if you think you an Asiatic Moor, if you think you a pure Pan-Africanist, I don't give a fuck where you from. The fact of the matter is, every indigenous black culture had the same mindset. Once I married you, that was it. You know what I'm saying? You was my wife. No man could touch you. And I'm going to go into that, by the way. I'm going to go into that. Now, let's go further. Citizens also got involved with other men. What are we saying? Men that were already deemed a citizen, that already earned their right at the symposium after they got fucked or they fucked another man. They became citizens. Men that already earned their right. They got involved with other men. The young boy who did not yet earn his citizenship, the partners could, unlike Rome, be citizens as well. What are we saying? What are we saying? Because I want to connect this, y'all. I want to connect this. I know I'm probably losing to y'all and offended a lot of y'all, but I don't give a fuck. What did they just say? A man that has already earned his status and earned his citizenship at the symposium, which was a ceremony where they would come together and have homosexual orgies, which would dictate whether you was on the female side or the male side of citizenship, as if that even existed. But because you technically was a man by gender, you could achieve citizenship even if you was playing the female role. The man that achieved his citizenship at the symposium can pick a man outside of his citizenship or outside of Athens or outside of Greece, and that boy who was his lover could become a citizen. Does that sound familiar? How many people are paying people to marry them to become citizens of America? Same shit. No different. I know we marrying off men and women to become citizens, but it's the same concept that I'm reading off to you right now. Because what the homosexual would do was he would gain his own citizenship, and he would have a lover that may be from Ionia, maybe from Macedonia and all these different places that were technically outside of Greece. And he would bring them into Greece and they would become citizens of Greece because they were sucking his dick. Sorry, don't mean to be graphic, but that's the fuck we talking about. Now, partners, unlike Rome. Now Rome didn't play this shit. If you wasn't a Roman, you just wasn't a citizen. That's how Rome did they shit. So even though Rome worshipped pedophilia and fucked everybody and blah blah blah, they didn't say, listen nigga, you not just gonna go fuck any nigga outside of Rome and then make them a Roman. We don't play that shit. You see what I'm saying? So if you're a Roman, you're a Roman to the death. If you're not a Roman, you're not a Roman. And now we can get into the Punic Wars. We can get into all that other shit. And that's the only reason why they played that game, because remember, during Rome's time of rule, they were going to war back and forth with Carthage and all this different shit. So they didn't like that mixture shit. They didn't like that you gonna come from somewhere else and just be a Roman. I'm so sorry, y'all. Hold on. Let me try to get something a little bit more dependable because, all right, you know what? I think this is all right here. I don't know. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I'm leaning my phone against the damn chair, and every time I hit the damn crate, it keep falling. My apologies. But my point is, Romans didn't play that shit.
If you was a Roman, you couldn't bring another faggot nigga from somewhere else and then automatically make them a Roman. But the Greeks let you bring anybody in that you had sex with and they could become a Greek as long as you was a citizen. Same thing we do in America. If I'm an American citizen, I could marry a Jamaican, a Trinidad, or whoever and make them a citizen. It's the same concept. The only difference is now we're talking about homosexuality. So they were dealing with, now this goes into the LGBT bullshit, because once Obama passed that nonsense with the national aspect of them being able to get married, you see what I'm saying? They built a construct around that. 1 second, y'all. My apologies, y'all. I had to use the bathroom real quick. My apologies. But back to what I was saying. Now, what I just read to y'all, mind you, the title of this video is Rape Culture and Gay Bi Status. Now, in Greece, the symposium is what dictated your citizenship. The symposium was exclusive to men. Think about that. The symposium, look this up, y'all. SYMP. Make sure I got it right for y'all. Symposium, SYMPOSION. All right? This is what dictated whether you were a citizen of Greece or not. But remember, women was not allowed. So what does that really tell you? Women wasn't citizens. So the symposium was exclusive to men. And men would go there, they would get drunk, they would play games, and they would have sex with each other. And depending on the sex with the men that you had sex with is what dictated their citizenship in Greece. All right? The Romans did something different to where you had to be born a Roman citizen. You couldn't just bring, like the Greeks would allow you to have a gay lover and you can make them a Greek citizen because they were your lover. The same way we do in America, where if I'm American, I can marry somebody who's not American and I can make them, you know, an American. You see? Same concept. What I want y'all to pay attention to, this is my point of what I'm doing. I'm making connections so y'all can connect how the same exact practice is going on to this very day as of Greek and Roman origin. It's the same shit. So they're normalizing, what they're doing is they're taking the rape culture and they're placing it on pure heterosexual men. I find it very interesting how I see no cases of dykes being brought up on sexual charges for sexual assault or forcing themselves on women and so on and so forth. Because I know for a fact, I lived in Harlem, I lived in every borough of New York City, and I lived most places along the East Coast. Dykes go harder than niggas. Can somebody give me a motherfucking Amon in this bitch? Dykes go harder than niggas. I've had women that I was with in a relationship that have told me many times that for some reason, dykes just don't stop. They just keep it, yo, ma, what's good, ma? Oh, he can't do it. Going hard. So you really mean to tell me that all the cases you bringing up about rape and sexual assault, there's no dykes involved? Where's the dyke that got you drunk on Hennessy and ate your pussy? Don't tell me shit, because I ain't gonna lie, I used to work in a strip house. Not a strip club, a strip house. Some of y'all know the difference, all right? I used to work in a strip house, all right? I used to do a lot of things in my day. So I seen firsthand. Dykes go hard as fuck. Where's their cases at? But see, here's the difference. If I bring up a dyke case or a lesbian case, then I begin to start the demonization of the LBG community. So I can't do that. So I gotta keep that quiet.
But what I can do is bring up the most extreme icons of the black community and turn them into rapists automatically. Let's also not forget all the white teachers that's out there sucking little pee-pees. And they get brought up in the news for a little while and then everybody forgets. Not only that, they don't get the label of pedophile. They don't get the label of predator, and they don't get the label of monster that a man does. Because we're not equal. All right? I go in a million ways. Fellas, waking up to head in the morning sounds good, right? But when you start looking at what they find as dictating in the definition of sexual assault or sexual rape, you was raped, nigga. You was raped. You didn't tell her to give you head. You didn't say it was all right for her to suck your dick while you sleeping. You were sexually assaulted while you were unconscious. That's rape. And then on top of that, you want to tell me that this girl who decided to get drunk in the club at her own will and who decided to make the choice to go home with me at her own will, and then we both had sex and we were both drunk, that she was the one that was raped because she was drunk. But I was drunk too. So didn't we rape each other? I thought we was equal. She didn't say no. She didn't stop me. But she was drunk and tipsy, and she was trying to get back at her ex. How many situations we see with that? We find out, ladies, you find out your man fucking somebody else. Oh, I'm going to go out tonight, girl. I'm going to get it on. Fuck him. Fuck that. Fuck him. Get the fuck out of here, man. And now we the monsters? You come to the club ready to grind on my dick because you want to make your man mad, who you know is fucking somebody else. I talk you into coming home with me. I don't pull you in. I don't drag you. I don't put a goddamn handkerchief over your face and drag you in the car. I speak my good game. You already know you want to fuck me. You just waiting for me to say some stupid shit so you can reverse it. But I don't say no stupid shit. So what happens? You end up alone at my house. You even ask me if I live by myself. I say, yes, I live by myself. And you still come to my house. We have sex. The next day you wake up. Now you're in a society that teaches you the fact that you had sex with me while you was drunk, I raped you. But I was drunk too. Doesn't that mean I was raped too? It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Because the fact of the matter, ain't no man gonna try to fuck you who's not a heterosexual, goddammit. A faggot not gonna try to fuck you, he's a faggot. Goddammit. So you're demonizing heterosexuality. You're demonizing the aspect of the masculine nature to pursue and initiate a situation in order to gain access to the woman's body. That's what the fuck we do. That's just what we do. When I do it with force, that's when it's a problem. When I do it with force, that's when it's a problem. When you say no and I keep going, that's when it's a problem. But if you open your legs, take off your clothes, get on the bed, put your ankles behind your ears, and then I fuck you and you wake up the next morning, oh, I was drunk. What did I do? I raped you now? I raped you now? It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And it's fucked up. And as a real goddamn man, as a real man, I'm not going to sit here and allow this shit. It's bullshit. And it's fucked up. Because you know what it also does? It makes us as men feel even more passive and submissive than we already are. We already are passive and submissive as it is. We already scared to talk to you. We already scared to argue with you. So what does it do now? I don't want to say I raped her. Get the fuck out of here, man. But I'm the most protected person on the earth when I'm a fucking faggot, right? Nah, y'all not playing me with this shit. And let me tell you something right now. All y'all women listening to this shit that got a problem with me, fuck off, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Unfollow, whatever the hell they call it on YouTube. Do what the fuck you gotta do. Because I'll die. I'll die for my manhood, motherfucker. I'll die for my shit. And I'll kill for my shit. Because that's what being a man is about. A man ain't about being passive. Ladies, you want a man that don't know to take charge? Get the fuck out of here. You don't want no man that can't take charge. You don't want no man that can't stand up for you. You don't want no man that's not ready to die and kill for you. But wait, when it's time for us to get together, excuse me, you know what it remind me of? That Chris Rock stand-up. I'm a fan of Chris Rock. I don't know if y'all ever seen that Chris Rock stand. He's like, excuse me, Might I have a request there? Might I have a request? Could you lick my balls? Ah, lick your own balls. You don't want no weak ass nigga asking you permission for everything. Cut the bullshit. Can y'all... Ladies, please stop falling for all this shit. Step up. Protect your man the same way you want us to protect y'all, man. You don't want a weak ass nigga that asks you permission for every single fucking thing. Why are you pretending like that's a real thing? You want a man that's gonna take charge and that's gonna know the difference between abuse and dominance. Those are two different things, man. Those are two different things. Why do you think you work off body language? You don't tell a man you want to fuck him. Cut the fucking bullshit. I gotta wait for you to tell me you want me to stick my penis in you. Hey, by the way, are you going to stick your penis in me tonight? I written an affidavit and signed it. You're not gonna do that. You know what you're gonna do to let me know that you want me to fuck you? You're gonna show up at my goddamn house by yourself, smelling good, looking good, matching panties and a shaved fucking pussy ready to get ate and fucked. Am I lying? Am I lying? That's all I want to know. I don't give a fuck how you take it. I don't give a fuck how I sound. Just let me know, am I lying? You not gonna write a fucking statement that you want this nigga to fuck you? You're not gonna write a permission slip that he can stick his penis inside you? You're gonna give him the body language and the energy that you are available to be initiated into getting what you want as a woman. That's how nature is. That's what my nature is as a man. I'm a pursuer. I'm an initiator. I'm an activator. If I don't take charge, you don't look at me as a man. But now they have demonized me, emasculated me to the sense of, excuse me, is it okay if I get the fuck away from me, weak ass, bitch ass nigga? Let me continue, all right? I'm going off. I'm gonna jump right into this one, all right? Because I want y'all to see how serious this rape shit is outside of your culture. Because this shit do not come from your ass, all right? Like I just showed y'all, they cut your balls off, they cut your dick off, or they just murdered your ass for rape. Let's see what they did in European and Indo-European society, shall we? One of my favorites. Ancient Future. This is a must-have. If you ain't got it in your library, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're slipping. Alright? Now, this is a lot. It's a lot to get into because this book goes into a lot. A lot of what we're talking about, it goes into a lot. A lot of detail, a lot of chronology, a lot of history, a lot of names. So, I didn't really highlight anything, but I definitely want to give y'all the full spectrum of where this shit really comes from. All right? But let's go all the way back. Let's go all the way back to the Indo-European. If you don't know what the Indo-European is, the Indo-European was the first groups that crawled out of the fucking caves. That's what we're talking about. When we say Indo, we're really talking about the motherfucker who was bashing rocks together and go, and the motherfucker that started slaughtering people and gaining levels of knowledge and all that stuff. So we're talking about, it's almost like the missing link. They like to always talk about the missing link of a monkey or something. The Indo-European is the middle point before the caveman and before the current European that we know today. So that's the Indo-European. All right. Now, with steeds, fleet of foot, the Indo-Europeans began their exodus from Europe into West and South Asia, circa 1300 BCE, conquering, obliterating, and establishing a new world order characterized by an obsession with racial purity, religious subjugation, and destruction of matriarchal way of life. What are we saying? They destroyed the feminine principle. When the Indo-European arrived in West and South Asia, the hierarchy of the goddess was firmly entrenched in the cultural matrix of this civilization. Indo-European priests implemented what would become and remain a cultural construct for the view of treatment of women, which inevitably led to the ruin and abrogation of the female-inspired governed matriarch. In South Asia, this socio-cultural construct found expression in the ancient laws of Manu. Now, understand, the Assyrians, yes, you can call it the Cro-Magnon. You can call it the Cro-Magnon if you want. That's a little bit older though, but same shit. We still talking about bash you over the head, niggas, drag you to a cave. We still talking about the same people. Because if you study the Assyrians and the Scythians and the Horians, whew, you want to talk about scary? You want to talk about sick people? I don't even want to go into that. It makes sense too, because when you look at the serial killers, white serial killers, they do the same shit that the Scythians did and that the Assyrians and the Scythians did. You see? I'm not going to go into that. Now, the laws of Manu, M-A-N-U. Now, this is when they are working on introducing the Brahmin / all this stuff. Manu was before the Brahmin to an extent. Now, the East Indian today, they think Brahmin is part of what they are. Technically, they're right to a point, but Brahmin is their subjugation. You see? Remember, Indus Kush Valley was a Kushite colony before the Indo-European came. Don't forget that. The mind of a woman, now right now I'm talking about the laws of Manu. I'm going down to 7 laws of Manu, okay? So I want y'all to understand what I'm talking about, all right? I'm talking about the laws of Manu. Okay? Let's go into the laws of Manu, which the Indo-Europeans introduced to the Indus Kush Valley, who today we call India. All right? I want to be clear so y'all not confused. The mind of woman brooks not discipline, for her intellect has little weight. Women are stupid. To kill women and Sudras, S-U-D-R-A-S, means blacks, one need not worry, for it is not a sin. So basically, you could kill a woman or you could kill a black person. That's not a sin. But if you kill a white man, that's a problem. A mother, this is number 3, a mother who remarries a beautiful wife and a disobedient son are enemies and may be left with no sin. Number 4, we should always act with caution with fire, water, women, and snakes, for they may, if an occasion present itself at once, put you to death. This is number 4. We should always act with caution with fire, water, women, and snakes. First of all, I'm confused with the water part. How you must act with caution with water? Does this sound familiar? Kind of like we scared to wash our ass. See, y'all gotta use intelligence and make the connection. Hello? They didn't wash their ass. See, water was a fear for them. So they didn't wash their bodies. Okay? Gotta remember, you gotta make the connections in your head. It says here, right here. Get this shit. We're talking about page 155 and ancient future. These are the laws of Manu that was introduced by the Indo-European Assyrians into Indus Kush Valley, which today you call India. All right? Let me read that one more time. We should, law number 4, we should always act with caution with fire, water, and women and snakes. The only one that don't fit there, the 2 that don't fit there is women and water. Women and water are one and the same anyway, so I guess it makes sense to them. For they may, if an occasion presents itself, at once put you to death. So water will put you to death. That's what they just said. This is the motherfuckers you work with. This is the motherfuckers that you try to be equal with. That's all I'm trying to get y'all to see. All right. Number 5. One single object, a woman, appears three different ways. To the man who practices austerities, she appears as a corpse. To the sensual man, she appears as a woman, and to dogs as a lump of flesh. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Listen, maybe y'all could get the book and explain it to me. I don't know. Look at that, baby. Wait. Number five. Let me get you that one more time. Mind you, let me remind y'all, these are white people. These are Indo-Europeans who came upon Southeast Indians that you call today Indians or East Indians, who were really Indus Kush Valley inhabitants who were colonies of the Kushite civilization, okay? And they were introducing their mindset, their thinking, and their religion upon the people that they discovered, okay? One single object, which is a woman, appears three different ways to the man who practices austerities. She appears as a corpse. A corpse? I guess this explains people like Ted Bundy and so on and so forth. Because remember, necrophilia was a big practice in Europe. What's necrophilia? Fucking a dead person. I'm just making connections using observation and intelligence, y'all. To the sensual man, a man that has senses and who's probably more spiritual to them. To a sensual man, she appears as a woman. And to dogs, she's a lump of flesh. So let's make this connection. If she's a woman to a sensual man and she's a lump of flesh to dogs, what does that mean? That you fed women to dogs. Observation plus intelligence. Gotta make the connections, y'all. Y'all gotta be scientists. Stop reading things one way. Read it all directions and all angles. Number 6. Untruthfulness, rashness, guile, stupidity, avarice, uncleanliness, and cruelty are women's 7 natural faults. Let me just take a break real quick. Let me just make this clear. All right. Right now, we're talking about the Indo-European excursions that came down from the Caucasus Mountains and ran into the Indus Kush Valley inhabitants, who we refer to today as East Indians. And right now, they're imposing their construct of the laws of who they call Manu. Now, mind you, we didn't even get to Brahmin yet. Okay, the Brahma worship came a little bit later after they kind of mixed in and kind of took some of their shit and they said, oh, all right, well, let's mix it. Because, understand, every time a European came across you, they took some of your stuff that they liked and then they mixed it with some of their sickness. Okay, so let's read that one more time. This is number 6 of the 7 laws of Manu. Okay, number 6. Untruthfulness, rashness, guile, stupidity, avarice, uncleanliness, and cruelty are women's 7 natural faults. Ladies, some of y'all are laying with white men. Do you understand that this is their mind? That's another subject because they're the Venusians, who are the Mongolians or the Mongoloids. Remember, they were always cousins, so you can't say when did they run into each other because they live directly adjacent to each other. So they were always technically with each other to an extent. And never forget that the Asian or the Mongoloid has a 47th chromosome, which is the only reason why they look the way they look.
They have flat faces. They have big heads. They have the epicanthic fold. That's a whole nother video. I'm not going to go into that because that's a whole nother video. This is why Asians are connected to being smarter with math. But if you notice, they're not that great socially. And we think when we hear mongoloid and things of that nature, it means that you're stupid. No, it means that a part of your brain is less than developed than another part. So the mathematical part of their brain is higher developed than the social or the other part of their brain. And then remember, their culture comes from us. Because the Shang dynasty and the Z dynasty were the first two dynasties that was established by either the Bantu or the Twa people who incorporated spirituality into what we want to call Asia or China and all of these places. And they just took that and expanded upon it. But they don't truly understand or respect it the way that we did. So when you see them, with the Shinto blade and, they lighting incense and shit like that, they're imitating what you brought to them. But they'll kill themselves in a minute. See, if you notice, black people don't commit suicide. Don't get me wrong. We commit suicide today because we act like white people. But in ancient times, black people did not commit suicide. Suicide wasn't a common thing. If you watch Asian movies, I defended my family, and then they fucking kill themselves. You see what I'm saying? This is that part of them. This is that Mongoloid / Caucasoid / Caucasus Mountain / 3-strand / 2-strand part of them that is a genocidal perspective. Because remember, genocide is killing everything. All right? That means yourself too. So if you notice, when you have white people that kill mass amounts of people, they kill themselves last because that's what genocide is about. When you don't have black people around white people, they'll kill white people. When black people are there, they'll kill black people. Because that's what genocide is. Genocide is just killing everything. Everything. There's even cases where you go to certain aspects in history where white people have wiped out the population and they don't even stop there. They did that with the Native Americans. They wiped out the buffalo. I mean, they just kill everything. Oh God. I'm sorry. I'm trying to answer your question and I'm just lowering my whole frequency right now. That's a whole nother subject that you're talking about, brother. So I don't even want to get into that because I feel my energy lowering itself in my vibration, and I want to continue with this. Now, here's number 7. Right now, we're talking about the laws of Manu, Manu, that was brought in by the Indo-European, called the Assyrians, who was a mixture of the Scythians and the Hurrians. We're talking about the most disgusting and savage people on the planet that has historical records, all right? Which is white people. Women, this is number 7. Women have hunger 2-fold, shame 4-fold, and consideration 6-fold, and lust 8-fold more than men. I still don't understand half this shit. So you saying that women? I mean, it's just retarded. It's just retarded. You know what I'm saying? It's just retarded, man. It's just, I'm reading this shit and it's like, this is their laws. This is the Indo-Europeans' laws to justify the way that they was treating women at the time. Let's move on. In times, the pronouncement became social attitudes chiseled into the very ethos of the cultures usurped by the Indo-Europeans. Thus, as the religious and philosophical doctrines began to be rewritten, that's important. Oh, you're talking hate. It's rude. It's inappropriate. We got a Neanderthal in the house, y'all. Your statements are hateful. Bitch, I'm reading from a fucking book. I'm reading from literature. I'm reading from articles. Go kill yourself, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that shit. Talking to a god. God damn it. You on the wrong channel. You're teaching hate. And hate it's inappropriate. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm giving y'all facts. Facts. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. God damn it. Stop telling me I'm teaching hate and I'm reading scholarship from people who have studied these cultures. And you want to tell me I'm teaching hate? I'm teaching facts. Name one place on the earth your ass ain't goddamn decimate.
Sick motherfucking rhesus monkey motherfuckers. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. I'm on my human shit tonight. Y'all got me. Come at me. Come at me. Challenge me. I'll give you scientific and I'll give you anatomical, biological shit. Know what I'm saying? I got one question. Before I continue, I got one question for everybody. When did black hate destroy anybody? When did black hate burn down a white church? When did black hate hang white children and white mothers and fathers? When did black hate inject black men and black women with syphilis and all type of disease to spread through their own community? When did black hate create programs like eugenics to sterilize white people by the masses? When did black hate cause black cops to kill white people? Fuck out of here. Get your rhesus monkey ass off my goddamn channel, bitch. Fucking lost your mind. You don't know where you at? You don't know where you at? Fuck out of here. Anyway, back to the facts. Alright, now I done lost my page. See how these Reese monkeys do you? They make you lose your shit. I done lost my page in this motherfucker. Hold up, y'all. Rhesus monkey motherfucker. Hate. Everything's hate. Fuck out of here. Kill yourself, nigga. Wasting my goddamn time. Alright, I got it, y'all. I got it. I'm back in the game. Hold up. Cause y'all don't even understand. I got so much. It's just so much, man. Hold on. Alright. Culture in Indo-European, the religious philosophy, the mindset prevail, tainting. Okay, alright. Alright. Now, Vedas, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. We don't want you here to learn. I am awful, you goddamn right. And I have the right to be. You know why? Because you murder me in astronomical numbers. I have the right to not like your ass. I have the right to not want you to be here. Why are you here? Why are you here? You want to learn? Learn from the same people who lied to my children, who lied to my ancestors. Why are you trying to learn from me? I'm just a regular dumb Negro, right? Why are you trying to learn from me? I don't want you learning nothing from me. My black brothers and sisters, stop being afraid to reject these goddamn Neanderthals. Stop being afraid to do that. They done learned enough from your ass. They learned how to bathe from you. All right? I know, brother. I know. I've been out of the God realm so long, brother. I ain't gonna front. I need y'all to bring me back to the God realm because if you notice, all my videos have been so human lately because everything is human today. But anyway, I'm listening to my Black Divine family. Let's go. We're talking about the Vedas, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Now, the Catholic Encyclopedia states the female sex is in some respects inferior to the male sex, both as regard to body and soul. Corinthians 11:3. St. Paul said the head of every man is Christ and the head of every woman is man. Literature circulated by the church proclaimed all wickedness is but little compared to the wickedness of woman. The natural reason is that she is more carnal than man, as is clear from her many carnal abominations. There you go, pardon me. Martin Luther declared, if women get tired and die of bearing, there is no harm in that. Let them die as long as they bear. Oh, Lord. Even as I'm reading this, y'all, I'm getting like upset. You see what I'm saying? How can I get this out of here, y'all? Because every time this creature starts speaking, it like blocks the thing. I guess I can't block that, huh? Whatever. Anyway, did y'all hear that? Hold up.
All wickedness is but little compared to the wickedness of a woman. The natural reason is that she is more carnal than a man, as is clear from her many carnal abominations. Martin Luther declared, if women get tired and die of bearing, there's no harm in that. So basically, when women die about giving birth, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing to these European motherfuckers. The same motherfuckers that give birth to this Neanderthal that's talking shit right now, they thought it was a good thing that they died at birth, because as long as she gave birth to another person, it was all right for her to die. Women ought to be filled with shame at the thought that she is, oh Lord. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna try to skip over this because this is too. Every woman ought to be filled with shame at the thought that she is a woman. Saint Thomas Aquinas insisted that every woman is birth defective, an imperfect male begotten that way because her father was either ill, debilitated, or in a sinful condition at the time of her conception. With the consecration of subjugation in religious texts, the descendants of the Indo-Europeans found it easy to introduce laws oppressive of women into very families and homes which were once female-centered, making impossible escape from the insinuating degradation. One of the oldest known documents of the Indo-Aryans, the Mahabharata. Now, hope y'all taking notes. One of the oldest known documents of Indo-Aryans, the Mahabharata, Mahabharata, 700-500 BCE, gives remarkable insight into what would eventually become the rigid standard for male/female relationships in Western and Western influenced civilization. In the Mahabharata, Shiva, one of the great gods in the Indo-Aryan pantheon. Oh, by the way, since they just brought that up, I want y'all to remember that overstand. You might have to go back to when I finish this up because I want to make this point. Overstand that what you're calling Indian God, spirituality, whatever the hell it is, remember, the Indo-European had already sacked that nation of Indus Kush Valley 1300, 1500 BC. So the gods that they have today that we truly think is theirs are not theirs. Okay? They are a mixture of the mindset of the Indo-European with the mindset of the indigenous people there. By the way, this is why you see Indians, they practice henna, Henna, henna tattoos. Because what they do is, this is what we must understand. When you mix two groups of people, all right, you're getting a diluted version of each group. So the Scythians, and I already showed, I don't know if y'all remember. Okay, now it's saying poor connection. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I'm okay. Okay, I guess it's back now. I just saw poor connection, so I don't know what that means, y'all. And by the way, for the Neanderthal, nigger comes from troglodyte, bitch. Do your research. Okay? The nigger is a troglodyte. We still talk about your ass. So, you can talk nigger and all that shit. You talk about yo monkey ass, bitch. You talking about a cave monkey. Talking about a monkey that lived in a cave. That's what a nigger is. Nigger, troglodyte. That's the whole term. But anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I want y'all to get this connection. Now, somebody asked me, Mahabharata. Mahabharat. Mahabharat. Okay? What was the point I was making? I was making a point that a lot of the pantheon gods that you see in India, they are of a mixture of the invaders with the Indus Kush Valley. Now, never forget that Indus Kush is the Kushites. So when they settled or colonized that area, they brought their own Nubian pantheon with them. So it wasn't a big thing to mix that with the Brahmin aspect of this Indo-European, who you refer to as the Scythian, Hurrian, or the Assyrian. So basically, you're just dealing with a real diluted version that you think is real today, but it's really not. You know what I'm saying? But that's another subject. I'm not going to go too far into that. I want to hurry up and speed up because I want to get to the rape aspect, the laws that the Khazarian Ashkenazi Jews put on their own women about rape, because this video is about the origins of rape culture and the status of gay and homosexuality. So I want to get into that. Yes. Great gods in Indo-European pantheon, disclosure of Uma, queen of the heaven, asks her to describe the duties of women. She replies thus. Now, the duties of woman are created in the rites of wedding. When in presence of the nuptial fire, she becomes the associate of her lord, husband. For the performance of all righteous deeds, she should be beautiful and gentle, considering her husband as her god, and serving him as such in fortune and misfortune, health and sickness, obedient even if commanded to unrighteous deeds. Whoa! Whoa! I'm not even gonna go into that. Unrighteous deeds are acts that may lead to her own destruction. Whoa, okay, alright, now I gotta stop. I'm sorry, y'all. I had this ready to read, but I kind of forgot what it said, so I gotta stop now. Basically, this is describing one of the gods that the Indo-European introduced in a pantheon to the East Indian. One of the goddesses, whose name is Uma, U-M-A, Uma, okay, Queen of Heaven, that's what they call her. She says that you follow whatever the hell your husband says, even if he tells you to go suck a dog and go fuck a horse or some shit. That's, you know, you without question, you just go do that. That's basically what's going on, what I'm reading right now. She should be tending to the domestic sacred fire, eating only after the needs of her god and guests and servants have been satisfied. So basically, she eats last. Everything she does is last for herself. Now, see, if y'all know me as Mind Essential, what the fuck do I say about the man and woman? You come first, goddammit. I'll starve myself to make sure I could cook a fresh meal for you. Y'all know Mind Essential now. Y'all know me by now. My polarity, which y'all will see soon, okay? I'm putting together certain events and stuff, but woman comes first. Where we come from, woman comes first. She gave birth to you, therefore she has every right to come first, because without her, you are not here. So, yeah, I make sure I put food on the table to make sure she's not hungry, to make sure I have peace in my home. But I can go without eating for days to make sure that she's satisfied due to her hunger. All right? Let me speed through this, y'all. I want to hurry up and bring this to a close. All right? Now, we were just talking about a goddess that was introduced by the Indo-European. And this goddess introduced by the Indo-European basically was talking about, you just do whatever the fuck the man say. Even a nigga tell you to do some shit that's unrighteous, even if he tell you to do some shit that's unclean, you just fucking do it. We already know that that's sickness and that's insanity. So we're not even gonna dwell into that, all right? That's right. Man is a servant. Man is a tool, all right? Before he can rule, he must earn his right in servitude. It's very simple. It's not difficult. These ideas, what constitute a woman's duty through written more than 2 millenniums ago, are perpetuated into 20th century by the tangible stream of cultural consciousness identified by Bernal as the Aryan model. 50 years ago, Western wedding vows contained these lines for the bride: I take thee to be my wedded husband, to have and to hold, to fear or for fouler, for better, for worse, for richer or for poor, in sickness or in health, to be bony or to be buxom in bed. Now, when you go to European weddings and you hear the vows being taken, they leave little pieces out. You know what it's similar to? It's similar to your national anthem. See, they make you praise the flag, but they only give you half the song. Your vows that you hear today, sickness and health, blah, 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 blah.
They're forgetting about the parts where it's like, if I tell you to eat dog shit, you gotta eat it. If I blah, blah, blah. They're forgetting about those parts. You see what I'm saying? Because they take them out. Remember, the European, as they become more civilized by pretty much mixing with you, they start to take out parts and convenience to not let be known their true sickness. So that's what I just read right there, okay? It had extra stuff, a lot of stuff you already heard when you went to a wedding, but you didn't hear the extra stuff, like the last part. To be bony or to be buxom in bed. The hell is that about? To be bony or to be to be bonny or to be buxom in bed, okay? So basically, you know, but I'm gonna get to stuff that's really going to be on par. In India, now we're going to the Brahmins. Now, Manu came before the Brahmins. Now we're going to the Brahmins. In India, the Brahmins, by way of subjugation convention, made women slaves for life, forever to be dominated by men. In her childhood, a girl should be under the will of her father, in her youth under that of her husband being dead, under the will of her sons. A woman should never enjoy her own will, though of bad conduct, of debauched. A husband must always be worshipped like a god or like a god by a good wife. This same idea appeared in Western Europe, influenced greatly by the dictates of Christianity. Napoleon professed, "Woman is given us to bear children. She is our property. She is our possession, as the fruit of trees, that of the garden." According to St. Thomas Aquinas, a wife is lower than a slave, because a slave may be freed. But woman is in subjugation according to the law of nature, but a slave is not. Clergy were infamous for their advice to female newlyweds, in which they echoed the sentiments of a sexist church. Your duty is pure submission. Your husband is by laws of God and of man. Your superior. Do not ever give him cause to remind you of that. What are we saying? Do what the fuck I tell you to do, any fucking time I tell you to do it, no matter what the fuck I tell you to do, period. That's what we saying, all right? Now, I want to add this. They take natural aspects and mix it with their own sickness. Submission is feminine. Surrender or dominance is masculine. But the fact of the matter is, submission is earned through action and deed. Once a man proves his righteousness and his deed towards you as a woman, of embracing your feminine aspect and allowing you to expand throughout your creativity and your nature as a woman, he is worthy of your submission. So when I read this to y'all, please don't adopt that feminist nonsense, because this is what I just read to you is the birth of white feminism. This is what they were under. You was never under this. I just read to y'all a little earlier how women could go directly to the court and just say, listen, this nigga ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing. We need blah, 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 blah. And they would give it to her. Not only that, if y'all remember some time ago, I don't know how long y'all been following me, but on my old page, I made a whole thing about marriage and family and all of this stuff in ancient Kemet and in Nubia. The woman got everything automatically. Automatically, she got everything. Because everybody knows that the woman is supposed to be taken care of, because she takes care of the children, who is the generation to come forth and who is the bloodline of the kingship of the royal family, period. So there was no hesitation in that. All right. So I just want to make that clear for y'all, so y'all don't take everything as in submission as a negative aspect, because unfortunately, that's how our black women think today. When they think about submission today, they think in an Assyrian, Indo-European form, and it disgusts them because they're only coming from the form of the European. Submission is something that is given after it's earned by a man who has proven to himself to live and die for you. I put you first. I make sure that you are taken care of and your needs are fulfilled before mine. This is what allows you to say, you know what, nigga? You done proved yourself knowledgeable to lead. You done proved yourself physically to take care of and provide. I submit to you as my husband. I submit to you as my king. That's the difference. What I just read is the European standard, where you just submit because you're female, period. because you was born into the female body, you're just naturally a slave to the world. That's the European standpoint, not our standpoint. So please don't use that to continue to push forth this white feminist monkey nonsense. All right? I just want to make that clear. All right. Subjugated women should never enjoy. Oh boy, Lord, man, y'all gotta get this book, man. Cause even as I'm reading it, this shit is just depressing. It's just fucking depressing. All right, I want to hurry up and speed through this. All right. Transformation. Women has been slow in coming in. Rape was an anomaly in Eastern cultures of antiquity prior to arrival of Indo-European. What did we just say? Rape was such a exception until Europeans showed up, okay? When it did occur, it was not tolerated for any reason. I'm not making this up. Hold up. It's the bottom of this page. As a matter of fact, you could probably go on the internet and type in Wayne B. Chandler, Ancient Future, page 158. Go to the bottom of the page. It says, rape was such an anomaly in Eastern cultures of antiquity prior to the arrival of the Indo-European. When it did occur, it was not tolerated for any reason. The matriarchal populations that dominated the areas of West Asia during this epoch had strict laws regarding this abominable action. Okay? In Eshununa, which is Sumer, at about 2000 BC, if a man raped a woman, he was put to death. In the Old Babylonian period, before the major incursions of the Indo-European, the same punishment was given in the laws. What are we saying? Before white people showed up, niggas was killed when they did any shit like that. That's what this book just said. Before the Indo-European showed up and enforced his culture on you, mixed his culture with yours, if you touched a woman and did anything to a woman against her will, you were murdered with no hesitation. When the Europeans showed up, now, well, she got to prove that. Well, did he really do that? I don't know. How many witnesses you got? Sound familiar? I ain't even really get to the deep shit yet. I'm about to get to it in a minute. Once I get to it, I'm going to cut all of this shit short because I don't want to go on forever. The same punishment was given, the laws of Assyria, which are dated between 1450 1250 BCE. When Assyria was under Indo-European control, we read that if a man rapes a woman, the husband or father of that woman should then rape the rapist's wife or daughter and or marry his own daughter to the rapist. Did y'all hear what the fuck I just said? Did y'all hear what the fuck I just said? Once again, we on page 159, Ancient Future, and we're talking about the Indo-European. I'm going to read it slowly for y'all, all right? The Indo-Europeans and laws of Assyria, which are dated 1450, 1250 BCE. Remember I told y'all that the Assyrians invaded Indus Kush Valley around 1300 BC. So it's between then. When Assyria was under Indo-European control, we read that if a man rapes a woman, the husband or the father of that woman should then rape the rapist's wife or daughter. Here's white logic. If I rape your daughter, the way you justify that is I allow you to rape my wife or my daughter. That's what's going to fix the problem. So what did we just do? We just doubled the rape population. Ancient Future, that's right. Yes, sir. Ancient Future. Wayne B. Chandler, Ancient Future. Listen to what I just said. In the white mind, if I rape your child, the way I fix that is by allowing you to rape my child, and now we got 2 raped children. I just told you a little while ago that in Egyptians, the Cometians, they just murdered your ass or they castrated you so you couldn't rape nobody ever again. So that only leaves 1 rape person. In Indo-European society, they said, oh, you raped her? Well, guess what? Now you get to rape another girl. These are the people you want to be equal with. These are the people you keep saying is human. These are the people you keep saying that you love and you need to accept. And the little rhesus monkey that was on here earlier, you know, oh, teaching hate. This is y'all motherfucking history. I ain't say shit from my opinion yet. This is y'all history, all right? Now, I still ain't scratched the surface. I want to get to the Jews, because the Jews are my favorite. I love them Khazarian Ashkenazi motherfuckers. Woo! They just took your shit and ran with it. You gotta respect that, though. You know? Anyway. Son or daughter raping. According to the law of the ancient Hebrews, listen carefully now. According to the law of the ancient Hebrews, a woman, upon being a victim of a rape, was forced to marry the rapist provided she was single. If she was betrothed or married, she was stoned to death for having been raped. Ah! I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. I can't read shit like this and stay in my God mind. I am sorry. Did y'all just hear what the fuck I said? Hold the fuck up. These are the same motherfuckers with the Haru locks on the side of their goddamn head, telling you that they the chosen people. Let me read that one more time for y'all. One more motherfucking time. Sick motherfuckers. And we got, you're teaching hate. It's hate. Oh, you're spreading hate. This is y'all motherfucking history, goddammit. I didn't make this shit up. I wasn't there. I didn't make it up. This is who y'all are. This is y'all culture, man. This is y'all culture. And then we wonder why they're spreading homosexuality. They're spreading rape back to back. This is who they are. They gotta normalize it. You know why they gotta normalize it? Because they can't change it. It's like a tiger trying to be a vegan. He can't become a vegan. So if the tiger rules our society, he's gonna teach us that eating raw gazelles and raw zebras is a good thing. Oh man, I'm telling you, man. Hold up. One more time. Let's go back to it one more time. I ain't read this book in a while. I read this book maybe 3 times. Years ago, I read this book back to back. That's why this book is falling apart. I don't know if y'all could even notice. But, according to the law of the ancient Hebrews, a woman, upon being a victim of rape, was forced to marry the rapist, provided she was single. If she was betrothed, which probably means she had a boyfriend, or married, she was stoned to death for having been raped. Take y'all time. Take y'all time. Take y'all time, because I'm taking my time. Because I'm taking my time. Take y'all time. Take y'all time. Take y'all time. Please, take y'all time. I'm taking my time. Y'all take y'all time. Wait a second. Hold on. Wait a second. Okay. Let's look at the pros and cons here. So if I'm a woman in Hebrew society, which is nothing but Khazarian Ashkenazi goddamn Jews who invented STDs, by the way. I'm not gonna go into that. That's a whole nother topic, but that's the fact, because they was fucking sheeps in the hills and goats in the hills, and it's a whole nother thing. But if I get raped as a Hebrew woman and I don't have a husband, okay, then you're gonna force me to marry my rapist. But if I do have a husband, you're going to fucking kill me because I was raped. Now, I don't know if y'all are aware, once again, if y'all watch Bobby Hemmett, remember, books and movies, they one and the same, man. Get y'all movie game up. I don't even want to show y'all my movie collection. My movie collection is crazy. My book collection is crazy. All of these, we got to understand, these are archives of history that's recorded. I don't care how real or how fake you think it is. Get the shit. If you watch Braveheart with the white guy who was talking all the shit about the Jews, which is a funny coincidence that we talk about Jews right now. If you watch Braveheart with, what's his name? Y'all tell me his name. The dude, Braveheart, the dude that was talking all the shit about the Jews, and they got on him. He was talking a whole bunch of shit about Jews. Oh man, I forget his name. But anyway, he's the star of Braveheart, the movie. In the movie Braveheart, they have a scene where they kill the woman that he planned to marry because she was raped. Mel Gibson, thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Bo Crosby, 68. Thank you very much, Mel Gibson. They killed his woman in front of everybody. They slit her throat. They tied her to a post. They slit her throat open in front of everybody. And they said, why? Because she fought off her rapist. The king's men who tried to rape her, she fought them off and she scratched one of their faces. That same king's man went back and showed the scar he had from trying to rape this woman. They tied her to a post and they killed her in front of everybody. And you know what they said? Any harm against a king's man is harm against a king. They killed her because she was defending herself against a rapist. Here's number 2. In the same movie, by the way. Same movie. You can even find this in Caligula. Get Caligula. Caligula goes into this. It was a law. It was a law. One more time. It was a law, okay, to have the right of first night. What does that mean? Now, when we hear night, we think of Knights Templar, We think of the spelling K-N-I-G-H-T, all right? The right of first night was basically the law that if you decided as a man to get married to a woman on my land, I had the right to rape her before you had sex with her. Look it up. These are European laws. I'm not making this shit up. Don't demonize me. Don't call me up spreading hate. Don't say that I hate women. I'm telling you the history of Europeans. I'm not making this shit up. I'm giving you the history of Europeans. I'm not making this up. Look it up yourself. It's called the right of first night. So if I love you as my black woman, which by the way, they practiced this stuff during slavery, by the way. If I love you as my black woman and I want to marry you, before I make it official, you got to fuck my landlord. So basically, before I enter your body first in a union between us as man and woman, he has to enter your body before I enter your body. Therefore, he either takes your virginity or he either takes your womanhood before I get it. Now, how does that make me feel as a man towards you? What does this breed? What does this breed for the man that married you? Because now you done got fucked by somebody I don't even respect. You let it happen. You didn't fight back. Now, I'm not saying you should have. But at the end of the day, I'm always going to have that in the back of my mind. The same way that during slavery, when they made me whip you, or they made me rape you, and now in your mind, you looking at me as a black man like, nigga, you didn't protect me. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. And you're not wrong for thinking that. Because as a man, I should die before I do anything to harm you. I should be willing to give my life before I do anything to harm you. No matter what the slave master, beat me to death, nigga. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna fuck my motherfucker. I'm not gonna fuck my mother, you motherfucker. I'm not gonna do that. Beat me to death. Beat me to death. I'll die before I fuck my mother, you motherfucker. Make the connections, y'all. Make the connections. I want to wrap this up. I'm not even gonna go. I got so much. I don't have time for it. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm not even gonna go into it. The point of this video is the origin of all forms of rape culture come from Europeans, come from Indo-Europeans. Remember, the Indo-European is the European who did not yet get to the lands of what we call Greece, what we call Germany, all these parts. Remember, if you look at a map, Greece is in Southern Europe. So it took a long time before they got there. And when they got there, they already came across Minoan civilization, Crete civilization, Ionian civilization. These were black people. And everywhere they went, they slaughtered the men. That was the first thing they did. They slaughtered the men, and then they raped the women and enslaved the women and children. This is what they practice everywhere, everywhere. And today they're doing it to you as we speak. They're demonizing manhood. They're demonizing masculinity. They're demonizing heterosexuality. Now when you hear the word rape, the first thing you think is a heterosexual man who's overly aggressive and wants to take your pussy. This is not an accident. These are not coincidences. Stop falling for the goddamn bullshit. Stop allowing them to take the term and the definition of rape, which is taking your body by force, and make it, oh, well, I went to the club and I got drunk and I thought the nigga was cute and I went home and he had a little dick, so he raped me. No. Or, well, he couldn't fuck, so he raped me. No. Or he fucked me and then afterwards he didn't call me, so he raped me. No. No. Oh, I was drunk, so he raped me. No. No. I don't give a fuck. No. Because unless I snuck drugs into your drink, unless you were unconscious and I put an IV in your body and fed Hennessy through the shit, you're not being raped. You drank on your own. You overdrank on your own. I didn't make you overdrink. Don't allow them to define rape for you to where you actually make every black person in existence a rapist. Stop allowing them to do this. Women, I need y'all. We got nothing without y'all, man. As men, we already done. You see how this Reese's monkey was just on, you're teaching hate, blah, blah, blah. We already done as he hates women. He hates women. We already done as men. There's nothing we could say as men that gets respect. Even if it sounds right, even if it makes sense. The only person left that can change this is y'all. Because let's be honest. Please, ladies, be honest. Y'all helped to make this shit stay alive. The homosexual community was supported by you. The LGBT community was supported by you. The sons that are being raised to accept emasculation and effeminization of themselves are raised by you. Yes, we're not there as men. I get all of that. But the fact of the matter is, I thought you could do everything by yourself. So if you could do everything by yourself, that means there should be perfect men in existence today. That means every man, that means 80% of men should be perfect because they was raised by women alone. Am I not making sense to y'all? And do I sound crazy to y'all? Please let me know. I ain't got no problem. Listen, if I do, I'll break it down even further. Some of y'all that know me personally, I can break shit down to the last iota. I can break shit down to a damn first grader. But the fact of the matter is, symbolism, repetition, and trauma. Symbolism, repetition, and trauma is what programs the subconscious mind. So if every day you wake up as a woman, every day, and you see another woman on TV, oh, I was drunk, I was high, I snorted cocaine, I smoked some weed, he had sex with me, I woke up the next day, I was raped. guess what you're going to start doing? You're going to start thinking about all the times in your life where you yourself chose to go to that party. You yourself chose to get drunk. You yourself chose to go home with a man, and now he just automatically raped you. But wait a second. Aren't we equal? Aren't we equal? Because guess what? If we're equal, then that means I should bring you up on many rape charges. Because even myself, like I said, brothers, pay attention. They teach you in the society that we equal, right? Then they promote the different levels of sexual harassment and rape. When you look at what condones, or excuse me, what dictates or what defines sexual harassment or rape, brothers, you never been sexually harassed or raped? Like seriously, you never been sexually harassed or raped as a man? Because if I can touch a woman inappropriately and that's sexual harassment, what is her grinding her vagina onto my crotch when I didn't ask her to do that? What is that? What is me falling asleep and waking up to getting some head? What is that? I know we're supposed to be happy about that as men, but I'm going by the fact that they're changing the definition. And they're doing it in front of your eyes. They're changing what defines rape. Why do you think I started this whole video with the definition of rape? Because a woman can't force you to get your dick sucked. She can't do that. She can't force you to get grinded on in a club and all this shit. I mean, for God's sakes, men, think about it. You go to a strip club. You might have went to the strip club just to look at the women. Women come rushing to you and just start whining on you. Ain't that sexual assault? Technically, just because I was at the strip club don't mean I wanted that. Ain't that what women say? Oh, just because I showed up to this party with this low-cut dress and my titties hanging out and I was drunk don't mean you had the right. Ain't that the same? Is that not the same shit? You show up to a party. You show up to get drunk. You show up with nothing on. And then you want to tell me I don't have the right to do this or that. Okay, I agree with you. Doesn't that mean when I go to Juve or when I go to the Puerto Rican Day Parade, you don't have the right to just grind up on me because I'm sitting on the sidewalk watching a parade go by? Shouldn't I bring you up on charges? Do I have the right as a man to bring you up on charges for that? I didn't ask for you to shake your ass in front of my crotch. I didn't ask you to grind on my private area. I didn't ask you to do that. So technically, you just sexually assaulted me. Is the court system going to take that seriously? How many videos have we seen where police are at these parades minding their business and women go right up to the police, bend over in front of them, and grind their fucking ass crack on these police's genitals? Does that policeman not have the right to bring that woman on charges of sexual assault? Isn't that the definition of sexual assault? The policeman was not there by his own choice. He was there by his own aspect of being hired to be there as a protector. He wasn't there as an onlooker. So as soon as you go up to that policeman and you bend over in front of him and you start wiggling your ass on his crotch, that's sexual assault. Where's my justice for that? Where's my justification and bringing you up on charges for that? Are they going to take me seriously? Am I going to be taken seriously? Do I sound crazy to y'all? All I want to know is am I making sense or not making sense? Because at the end of the day, we taught the falsity and the lie, the absolute lie, that we are all exactly equal. And if we are all exactly equal, and you tell me the definition of a sexual assault is an unwanted or an unwarranted or lack of permission for you to touch me in any way, how many times have you been sexually assaulted as a man, brothers? You went to the party just to support your homeboy. Woman just come up to you and start dancing. That's sexual assault? Oh no, you should be happy about that, right? I got it. Let's go to the other side before I get up off here. You mean to tell me that there's no dykes in all of existence that won't leave a woman alone in the club? And I done seen that with my own eyes. Where's her charges? Where's the lesbian that talked her best friend into getting her pussy ate that night after she drank Hennessy? Where's her charges? Where's her accusations? This is bullshit. Am I saying that men don't rape women? I'm not saying that. Fuck no, I'm not saying that. I'm not an idiot. But what I'm saying is, don't change the definition of rape so you can demonize my character as a man and completely destroy my nature as the masculine principle of the polarity, what makes man and woman. Don't you fucking do that shit. And then not do it to yourself. If you're gonna do it to me, do it to yourself. Do it to yourself. Because when you go to the club with your girlfriends and you say it's girls' night out and you pull your girl onto the dance floor after she told you she didn't want to dance, don't get me started, ladies. I could go on all levels. By definition, ain't that assault? She said she didn't want to dance. She said she wanted to be left alone the whole night. You drag her ass to the dance floor and start grinding on your girlfriend. Come on, girl. You need to get over him, girl. We don't need him, girl. Yeah, this my song, girl. Didn't you just convince her? Didn't you just entice her to dance with you sexually? She told you she didn't want to do it. Where's your charge? Where's your accusation? Oh, but because y'all girls, I get it, yeah, because y'all girls, y'all just having a girls' night out, it's all right, because y'all girls, right? If you love black men, if you respect black men, get behind your men now. Brothers, stop jumping on everything these women jump on because you damn near half a woman yourself. All of a sudden now I see all these brothers, oh yeah, we gotta, women are treated like, nigga. What makes you a man is that you are a changer. You're supposed to change her mind. You're supposed to earn the worthiness of her choosing you as a man to give her body to you. Once you imply or apply your physical force to her, that's when you're a rapist. But if I convince you to come to my house, and I convince you to take your clothes off, and I convince you to let my dick inside you, and you wake up tomorrow, I'm a rapist now? I'm a rapist? So what are you really telling me? You don't have the mental capacity to know when you're being fooled or not fooled or convinced to do something that you don't want to do? That's what you're telling me. You don't have the mental capability to say, I don't want to do this. Hey girl, this is really good. You should do this. Okay. That makes you stupid. That makes you stupid. Because remember, I read the definition. The definition of rape and sexual assault is someone who is either forced or who does not have the mental capabilities. So if you wasn't forced, that means you fucking retarded. And how many of y'all gonna admit that you fucking retarded? I'm done. My point has been made. I brought y'all to ancient Kemet. I brought y'all to Greece. I brought y'all to the Indo-Europeans of Indus Kush Valley, who you call India today. My point is made. Stop following this bullshit because it is an agenda to destroy any masculine aspect of a man that will speak with aggression and power behind what he feels and what he believes. It makes a man passive and submissive to the society that he's in. And that's the point of all this shit. They coming out with a new, what's her name? Lil Hadish, whatever the fuck her name is, coming out with a new movie. She done earned her right to be next to a white man now. After the few years she made movies emasculating black men by kicking their ass. I done watched motherfucking Girls Trip. Don't tell me shit. That bitch pissed on a whole crowd. Don't tell me shit. That nasty bitch pissed on a whole crowd. Don't tell me shit. She pissed on a crowd. She broke a bottle to attack a black man. And now she done reached the level where she could marry a white man and make a fucking movie. Get the fuck out of here. I refuse to be behind this bullshit. Let me be a man and make a movie where I break a bottle and I come to attack a woman that cheated on my best friend. So because you as a woman treated on my best friend, I could break a bottle and come to try to attack you as a man? No, because now I'm a devil. But if Tiffany Haddish does it, ooh, that's so funny, girl. She don't take no shit. We are not equal. And any of y'all talking that equal shit, get the fuck off my channel. Don't follow me nowhere. Leave me the fuck alone, because you's a dead brain, motherfucker. Ain't nothing ever been equal about us. Nothing. And the fact that they pushing this rape shit, because every time you think of the word rape, you don't think of a woman raping a man. You think of a man raping a woman or raping a child. The term rape is demonizing to masculinity, period. My divine 7 to 9 ether. You melanin selenium based black divine family of this planet. I love y'all. And I will fucking die before I let anything demonize my nature as the man that this black woman birthed me to be. I will die happily, because I know death don't exist for my divine ass anyway. So for all y'all niggas scared to say the shit I'm saying, for all y'all niggas scared to hear a conversation going on in your realm or in your vicinity, wherever you at, and scared to speak the fuck up, you part of the fucking problem. Speak the fuck up. Say something. Prove your point. Give facts. Be respectful, but give facts. Why are you being quiet? Why? Same thing with y'all women. Why? Why are you being quiet? Why? Because you fucking scared? You scared? Fuck out of here. Call me whatever the hell you want. I don't give a fuck what you call me, because I'm God, nigga. I know what I am. I know what I am. I don't care what you call me. Call me anything you want. I don't give a fuck. Your words don't dictate my reality. My words dictate my reality. Anyway, y'all my family. I love y'all to death. And I will do everything in my power, because I chose to be in this current paradigm. I chose to be in this paradigm with a specific purpose. I am an activator. And I don't give a fuck how many of y'all unfollow, how many of y'all leave my channel. I don't give a shit about none of that. You know why? Because that means your ass wasn't meant for this information in the first place. That means your ass ain't meant to be a guard in the first place. That means your ass ain't meant to be an activator or anything on this level of change in the first place. So please, dismiss your motherfucking self. On that note, Mind Ascension loves you. You are the gods of this planet. You are the divine beings. You are the origin all. 9 ether, 9 branch root of this planet. Act as such. Act as such. I love y'all.